What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. And today we will be reviewing our top eBay auctions of the week, and we will also be discussing the topic of black labels. What are my thoughts on the black labels? What significance do they have to the hobby? Stay tuned, we will discuss all that coming up. Before we get started, as always, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel to show your support. Really appreciate it. We'll be reviewing lots and lots of product today, including sealed product, graded, vintage, modern. We're going to go over it all. So let's check it out in our first auction of the week. Starting up, we have from Evolutions here. We're going to start out with a little bit of modern. We have a Mega Charizard EX full art from Evolutions. This card has been on the incline a little bit. For years and years, it was extremely inexpensive to get this card in a PSA 10 because there's nearly 3,000 copies of this card in PSA 10. And it went all the way down to $40 for a PSA 10 at one point, I remember. This week, we had one go for $280, so quite a significant improvement from its previous auction ends in the past few years. So yeah, this is a highly populated card, but very awesome artwork from a very awesome set. 280 bucks for this as a PSA 10. Up next, Vivid Voltage. I haven't seen a whole lot of these Pikachu Rainbow Rare VMAXs, and the ones I do see come through an auction seem to always be relisted. So this week we had one go for $1,525, but once again it was relisted, so it's hard for me to gauge an actual price of this. I know last week it was around $800 some for a PSA 10, but either someone's trying to build this card up for more than it's worth, or I don't know what the case is, but I keep seeing them being relisted. So let's hope that next week we see one go for an authentic auction price. Up next, we have the Fallen Angel First Edition Eevee from Jungle. This week it went for $285, which is a far cry from the $700 to $1,000 range we were seeing months ago. I think this is the more realistic price we're going to see from now on. It might increase in the near future, who knows, but right now they're about $285 for a PSA 10 copy. Here we have First Edition Base in Charmander. This card went for a little over $2,000 at $2,024 to be exact, and that's about where it's been. This hasn't fallen too far. This card was ranging anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 in the past several months, so $2,000 around there is, I think it's about where it's going to stay. Speaking of First Edition Base, we have a Pikachu. This one is a Yellow Cheeks Pikachu that went for $2,125 as a PSA 10. Once again, holding its value. All these First Edition Base starters were between like $2,000 and $3,000, so this is about right where it's been. Alright, up next we got some Skyridge Holos. Now Skyridge is interesting because the booster boxes are super expensive. The booster packs are crazy expensive. Some of the holos are expensive, some are not. And this is an example of ones that are not. You got a Machamp holographic here from Skyridge. Now keep in mind, these packs, especially a heavy pack, are well over $1,000, right? Well over $1,000. So this is a PSA 10 holo from this pack, from one of those packs that is less than $1,000, $860. So I think that's pretty undervalued considering the price of admission for opening up a booster pack. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think it's a little underrated. Here we have an Aquapolis holographic. This one a little bit more. This is a Blossom. It went for $1,525 as a PSA 10. Very beautiful artwork. I love that background. This is definitely one of Blossom's better renditions. So yeah, Aquapolis, another high-hitting set. Holographic ended at $1,525. Alright, let's check out some sealed product. What's Evolutions been up to? You know, a couple months ago we had Evolutions take a boost in price, or in cost. You know, went from $100 all day to $400 some. Well, nowadays we had a couple auctions that ended. We had one go for $440 for a sealed booster box, another one go for $455, and another one go for $455 as well. So as you can see, the cost of these Evolutions booster boxes has not changed. People were worried a couple months ago about whether they're going to increase more or they're going to plummet again. They're about the same. Between $400 and $500 is where these have been. They just released the Kanto the Kanto Power boxes that come with like 8 to 10 Evolutions packs. I'm not sure why they released that. It's kind of weird. But yeah, those are out. So we still have a steady flow of booster packs. But the booster boxes are still about $400 to $500. All right, more sealed product here. We have a heavy, and this one's actually a super heavy sealed unlimited base set Charizard booster pack. It weighs in at 21.72 grams, and if anybody knows anything about the weights of these packs, that is indeed super heavy. Now, assuming the scale is correct, that's looking to have a holographic in it. Yeah, Charizard art, and this isn't even like the long crimp packs or long foil packs, so that is very, very heavy if this is an accurate scale. So pretty interesting. Up next, we have a couple of Flash Fire booster boxes. These really haven't moved very much. We had one here go for $2,025, another one go for $2,150. So yeah, it's increased a little bit, but we've seen them in that range, about $1,900 to $2,100. So these booster boxes have been holding their value. Up next, more booster box action here. We have a Team Rocket box. This is unlimited. Go for $5,700. It looks pretty nice. Up next, we had a base 2 booster box go for $13,500. This box, like most of the boxes, have fallen in price a little bit. It was about $17,000 to $18,000 at one point, now down to about $13,500. Here we have a Gym Heroes sealed booster box, first edition, that went for $13,500 as well. So, very, very awesome set right there. You got a lot of high hitter cards like Blaine's Moltres and Sabrina's Gengar. Very, very expensive cards in PSA 10. So see, this box looks pretty minty as well. Here we have a Jungle booster box, first edition, that went for $15,000. And that's pretty low. And like I said in the previous weeks, a lot of these vintage WotC booster boxes, their sale prices are highly dependent upon the seller's feedback on eBay. A lot of the feedback from these sellers are zero. If you look right here, this guy sold this box, he has zero feedback. He has only been a buyer on eBay, or he or she has only been a buyer on eBay, so when you look at their feedback, it's 0% seller feedback. So I think that's why people are very hesitant with spending tens of thousands of dollars on booster boxes from non-reputable sellers on eBay. And here we have another Jungle booster box that went for $19,000 with $75 shipping. These are both sealed first edition boxes. We had, and this is going on along the same line of the non-reputable sellers, we had a base set unlimited box go for $16,401. But if you look at the feedback, there's little to none. I think that's why we're seeing these booster box prices end at such a low cost, is because who knows? Who knows if these are legit sellers or not? We had another base set unlimited booster box go for $19,900. And once again, you look at the feedback, there is zip, nada. Now, if I was looking to buy one of these booster boxes, I would be messaging the seller like crazy, asking for pictures, timestamps, you name it, to make sure it was actually in their possession and that I had a better chance of actually receiving these boxes. All right, some beautiful high-value PSA cards coming up. We have a Ninetales EX from EX Hidden Legends. PSA 10 go for $1,025. And you know what? I'm feeling this artwork. It looks pretty slick. I like that. We had an Aerodactyl first edition PSA 10 holo from Fossil go for $896. We had a Flareon from Jungle first edition holo go for $2,025. We had a beautiful Espeon. This is Espeon's very first English rendition from Neo Discovery. Go for $3,600 as a PSA 10. Beautiful, beautiful card. We had a Zapdos holo from Fossil. First edition go for $1,204. We had a Moltres holo from Fossil as well. Go for $1,275. And the last of the birds to go, and the highest value, because I think it's the lowest population of these three guys, was an Articuno first edition from Fossil that went for $3,050. All right, up next we have from Neo Revelation. A first edition Shining Magikarp PSA 10 go for $3,555. And right behind it was the Shining Gyarados from Neo Revelation. First edition go for $6,100, which is a new high price that I've seen this card go for. Up next with the Shinings, we have a Shining Charizard First Edition from Neo Destiny, go for $14,100. And we had a Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation First Edition, go for $5,100. So this week, the hot topic is the legendary dogs from Neo Revelation. They had some extremely impressive auction end prices. Let's go over them right now. We had first up the Suicune. This one went as a PSA 10 First Edition for $9,600. We had the Raikou from the same set, First Edition Holo, go for $10,100. And last but certainly not least, the big bad boy Entei. First Edition Holo from Neo Rev, go for $13,000 even. I have not seen an Entei go for that much ever. So that has to be a new record price for all three of those cards. Nearly all of them hitting the six-figure mark. All right, so the next discussion, and we're going to finish up this topic on, is the black labels. We have, for example, one here of the Charizard V promo that came from the Champions Path Elite Trainer box. Right now in auction, it's at $998. That'll go for more by the time this is over, but why do people buy the black labels? Let's go over a few of these. We had a black label Charizard GX from Hidden Fates, go for $6,300. And if you compare that to the PSA 10 copy that went this week for $1,150, so that's nearly 6 times, almost 6 times as much for a black label BGS 10 than it is for the PSA 10. Here we had from Champions Path the Rainbow Rare Charizard VMAX, go for $6,500 as a black label BGS 10. And when you compare that to a PSA 10, the PSA 10 of this goes for $710, so that's even more than 6 times the amount for a black label than it is a PSA 10 version. You had another one here as a PSA 10 go for $810. So the question is, why would you spend 6 to 7 to 8 times the amount for a BGS black label than you would a PSA 10? I believe it's because of the chase. These cards, these Charizard Vs, VMAXs, are not rare. They are not scarce. When I'm looking up auctions for the week, I see dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of these go by in PSA 10. Dozens in auction. You know, there's even more buy it nows. So there is over 1,000 for each of these. When you're talking about all the VMAXs, all the Charizard Vs, there are thousands graded PSA 10. So the availability is sky high, whereas the black label is not so much. Now you might be thinking to yourself, but yeah, the PSA 10, some of them, if you look at them real close, might even be a BGS 10. So you're pretty much just paying for a label. And I think in a lot of cases that's right. You are paying for a label. It's just like when you talk about a PSA 9 and a PSA 10. A lot of the PSA 9s have PSA 10 qualities, you know. Sometimes you wonder why some PSA 10s aren't PSA 9s and why some PSA 9s aren't PSA 10s. Essentially, you're paying for the label because a lot of the PSA 9s look great. They look mint, right? They're very eye-catching, but we always pay that premium for the PSA 10. And the same goes for the black label. It is much more difficult to send a card in and get that BGS 10 black label, and that's why it goes for such a premium. That is the chase. You know, these Charizard Vs and VMAXs are no longer chase cards. It is the black label that makes it much harder to obtain. People want that chase. I think that's why they're paying an ultra premium for these cards. I would not pay this much. I would rather have 10 copies of a PSA 10 of this rather than a one black label. That's just me. At that cost anyway. So let me know what you think. What do you think of black labels? Do you think it's worth the price here? Do you agree with my rationale for why people are spending as much as they are for this chase? Let me know in the comments. Please, once again, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.